And at last, here we are. Now, dinosaurs. We are at the 0005 mark. That's 5 seconds to the layman. And we're about to watch what year did this one come out? 2018? Yes, the 2018 Jurassic World: Fallen Kingdom. The final leg of our franchise marathon journey. I mean, I don't want to speak too soon, but we made it, man.
Yeah, it's also actually pretty easy.
Unlike the last one. Well, like the Transformers movies, there were also 5 of those. But what we have to remember is each one of them got increasingly longer past the 2.5 hour mark. And also, I didn't have the right combination of caffeine and whatnot in my body back then. We did it. We're in the home stretch. Okay. We've got...
Go for it.
Oh, hey. This one's just about 2 hours, too. I had a sinking feeling it was going to be like 2.5. Cool. All right. Here we go. On 3, everybody.
3.
If you're listening, we are looking at the globe. I believe, again, this is what we saw last time. I want to say this is Northern Europe, but it's kind of hard to tell from here. Anyway, 5 seconds in. On 3. 1, 2, 3. That was... Oh, man, it's really disorienting the way the globe was spinning. That was Europe, I think. Not Northern Europe, though. It was like... Maybe that was like Central Asia. Say, Kazakhstan. Did you see the new Borat movie?
No.
It's worth watching, like, once.
I will at some point. I like Sacha Cohen Baron. I think I do at least.
I like Sacha Baron Cohen.
Oh, I got his name fucking wrong. God damn it. One day.
Actually, now I'm not sure because I'm getting a little loopy as well.
One day I'll work on names.
And next, second stop, faces. Thudding. Sonar pinging.
Sonar pinging.
I like, I think I mentioned this already today, but I like the closed caption descriptions in movies. Pinging continues. I follow a Twitter account that's just the closed captions from Twin Peaks season 3. And the site, the account itself is called Ominous Whooshing Sound, because there's a lot of that in the closed captions, as you can imagine. Alarm blaring, thunder crashing, Isle of Nublar. This is the original Jurassic Island, I guess. Hey, they look like they're trying to invoke some James Cameron stuff here with the this submersive device. Breathing heavily. Is that the rib cage of the alligatorsaurus?
What's that way?
Indominus Rex.
Maybe I haven't seen this one. I don't remember this opening. I thought I had seen this one.
If you don't remember that the main baddie is John Hammond's brother, then you probably haven't seen this one.
I haven't.
A lot of people say this is the worst one. I will say, without really even, I've seen this once before, and
you're totally on the number 2 being the worst one train.
Exactly. 2 is by far the most boring and a failure. And that's a real stain for Spielberg. Although he's got quite a good record to where I guess it's offset.
He's like the Stephen King of movies.
I feel like the Stephen King of movies would have to be someone who's made like 7,000 movies in 20 years. And like 10 of them are good. Maybe I'm dumping a little too hard on Stephen King.
I'm not a Stephen King stan at all, but honestly,
I think he's a little bit of a one-trick pony.
I was gonna say I've probably only read like 10 of his books, but I've never been disappointed by any of them that I've read.
But like I said, he's written like 1,000 books.
Yeah.
And I think probably like 500 of them are like the same as the first 500.
I've definitely cherry picked and really probably only read the ones that like I knew were like the books that he was famous for or whatever.
Yeah. I haven't read that many at all. I read The Shining and I thought it kind of sucked compared to the movie.
It's weird because I have not read The Shining, and I think it's maybe because I'd watched the movie so many times. I haven't read The Shining or It.
I think they're both quite different than the movie. I know The Shining is different because The Shining has all this like supernatural shit.
I read all the Dark Tower series, which I really liked. Those movies are terrible.
I heard that they were really bad. Yeah.
I read The Stand, which is amazing. I love the old miniseries, but the book for The Stand's much better than the miniseries. I haven't watched the new miniseries, but I imagine the book's still much better than that. And I read Eye of the Dragon, his fantasy novel, which I like quite a bit. Maybe I haven't read that many. No, I read Salem's Lot when I took a horror literature class in university. That class was fun. Why is that knife red like that? Oh, is that just the lighting from the helicopter?
I can't tell if the CGI sucks or not. I think it's actually pretty good.
The CGI
in certain shots, it looks pretty good.
I mean, this is 2018. That CGI is good, man.
It's funny how we can like just sit here as like total fucking zero artistic talent people and be like, this CGI sucks.
I remember this scene. Maybe I have seen this movie.
Yeah, this is also just, the opening. Like, we haven't even got to the main. Once we get to the main characters, then you'll know for sure. All right, this is the last chance to see if they actually revisit the Nedry. Yeah,
it better come up in the new one. They're gonna have Newman back for the new one, right?
Reanimated
as a dinosaur.
I just picture him like looking like a fucking corpse, but when he opens his mouth, there's this horrifying T-Rex roar.
See, I was just picturing a really fat raptor wearing a Hawaiian shirt and just like chilling, drinking a pina colada.
I'd like it just to be him, but only like the screeching raptor noises come out of his mouth when he tries to talk. And he's able to like jump really, really far. He has the strength of a raptor, but he still has the same body. Oh, here's the explicit animal rights stuff. Okay, so Why would that be?
I have seen this.
Yeah, this is the Goldblum cameo.
Yeah, I've seen this because I remember the Goldblum cameo.
You know what this reminds me of? That wretched, goddamn terrible sequel to Independence Day.
I did not see that.
Oh my god, man.
That's a movie that I haven't really... The original one, I haven't revisited, but I loved it when I saw it in theaters. And I kind of want to leave it that way, because I don't know if I would love it now, but I know when I went and saw it in theaters, which was, what, 96, 95?
It's a little I guess around there, yeah.
I just remember having a really good time when I saw it in theaters. And I'm glad I've kind of left it that way, because I have a good childhood memory of liking it a lot of theaters.
I had a thing with that movie where I really hyped it up before I saw it. And the summer that it was coming out was the summer that my dad got money from his church to send himself and me abroad for a mission trip. I think I've told you, like, I visited the Philippines and Singapore with my dad when I was like 11. And that was when Independence Day was coming out. And I was like, I would see like big posts, like subway posters for it, like in the Philippines and in Singapore. And I was like so psyched about it because at that point, like all I knew about it at least was like the ominous trailer where like these huge ships were like casting their shadow over like every major city.
Yeah.
I was like, this is going to be great. Like I was probably had some idea in my mind of like,
it's see this movie.
It's going to be gritty. It's going to be this gritty alien movie. It's not going to be cheesy. And I believe the day I got back from that trip, we were like gone 3 weeks. Like the first thing I did basically was go to the theater with my friends and see it. And it was a little bit of a letdown. I still liked it, but like it couldn't have possibly lived up to all of the personal hype I put on it. Like I was reading like every magazine article about it and shit.
I guess I had no expectations going in.
I had huge expectations.
Could have been part of why I liked it so much.
But I was just talking over the introduction of these like sexy new characters. They're going to be major characters.
No, I've seen this. I remember these characters. They've got the computer nerds.
Yeah, they're basically the Zoomer nerds or something.
And somehow they end up on the island or at the theme park with everyone else. I don't remember how that happens. And I know that the girl who used to run the theme park, now she's doing government work or something.
She's like a... she got turned around to become like a...
animal rights.
An activist of sorts.
But she's broken up with Chris Pratt, but... for some reason, she goes against Chris to help her later.
I don't know if they ever really got together. They just kind of kissed in that weird moment.
But I feel like they kiss again in this movie, right?
Probably. I don't remember exactly, but it's funny how different her look is, though, to symbolize, like, she's no longer a ruthless businesswoman. Now she's a no-frills, like, liberal activist. That's how they end up on the island. I mean, it's just they're there to save dinosaurs is I'm pretty sure what happens. So here's the Hammond Manor estate. Again, classic retrofitting sequel shit. Hello, I'm the brother, the main guy who made Jurassic Park, never mentioned before. What was I going to say? Oh, yeah, that fucking Independence Day Resurgence was so bad, though. And it has... Goldblum came back for it. And Bill Pullman came back. Everybody but Will Smith, basically. And then they got like a kid to play Will Smith's character's son. Anyway, that movie is fucking poison, man. Like, it's not even like fun bad. Like, it's just bad.
Surprised you saw it. I imagine it got like weirdly jingoistic too, right? Like super like patriot.
I mean, the first one was basically like that too, but like it is worse in the second one. But in the first one, they kind of show like, oh look, the countries around the world sort of unite together against these aliens. But it's mostly like, look at America kicking ass and being the leader. But the reason I watched that second one was basically the same reason I watched. Not this movie necessarily, but the one before this, Jurassic World. I was like, oh, maybe it'll have some sort of, even if it's cheesy, maybe it will have some sort of the vibe of the original. And man, it was. Hey, James. Wait, is this James Cromwell? I think that's what his name is. Anyway, he's in that show Succession, and he plays the grumpy brother who's like out of the spotlight on
He's
that
show. A lot of stuff.
Yeah.
Did he play a character in Game of Thrones too?
No, I know who you're thinking. That's Charles Dance, but
no, I know who Charles Dance is. I was actually thinking of a different person, but it doesn't matter.
I don't think he's in Game of Thrones.
I like Charles Dance a lot too. I can see that. Game of Thrones.
This guy plays George H.W. Bush in Oliver Stone's W.
Oh.
I'm pretty sure. And he slaps James Brolin in the face. Or not James Brolin, Josh Brolin. Like, W, you fuck up. I'm not going to bail you out again. You better become president. Bomb the shit out of Iraq. Oh, that show Succession. I thought it was a joke when I first heard it, but
I like this show. I haven't watched all of it, but I've watched.
Oh, you started watching it?
Yeah.
They're making a season 3, and guess who's going to be on it?
Donald Trump.
The fucking blonde chick from Red Scare. I thought it was a joke when I saw someone post it. They were like, she's going to be on the new Succession. I was like, that's funny. And then I just saw again that, what's her name? Dasha. I guess she's directed a film recently too, which actually sounds kind of interesting, I have to say.
Or film.
She like made this indie movie about two girls who move into it's kind of like a haunted apartment that Jeffrey Epstein used to live in. And it's like all this weird shit about like the bad juju left behind or something. And I guess it's been played at like major film festivals and stuff, but oh my God. This star velociraptor is maybe the second most intelligent life form on Earth. Interesting. Before I saw this movie, I heard people that I usually trust their opinions on movies and stuff. People who kind of even liked or tolerated or whatever Jurassic World, the one before, saying that this was like one of the worst movies of the year of 2018.
I didn't realize it was hated that much. When I watched this one, I was like, oh, it's just another.
To me, it seems exactly the same as the one before.
I was going to say.
The same quality level.
Yeah.
What it's missing is the amusement park aspect, but
It's fine. It makes a lot of sense to me that they would have closed down the amusement park after that one.
Well, right.
event.
But it's also making me realize that the previous movie like really squandered what they could have done with that amusement park aspect in a way.
It's kind of sad to me that like
Hey, product placement. Hey, Budweiser. Hey, Bex.
this is the same pool hall from the third movie.
That's how I drink beer with a friend. I just let the beer sit there with the label turned perfectly at each other.
What happens?
I'm really nitpicking right now, but whatever.
You really are. Why are they drinking Beck in a Budweiser place?
I just hate seeing people not drink alcoholically.
There he goes. He's going for a sip right now.
Yeah, but he just set it back down.
He didn't drink it at all. It was the same level.
That was a continuity error.
Did he just take
Did
a
you see
sip?
that? No, he
It was
didn't.
just a really small sip. No, I saw that, but I just assumed they cut. And,
No, that was a continuity error cut. Only people hyper focused on the beer, not listening to what they're saying, would notice it. They are not on good terms anymore, it seems. That sounds pretty good. Oh, damn it, I just agreed with him. Stop bringing up my ex-wife, the raptor, my beta blue. I'm not crying, you're crying. Have you ever had a fortune cookie in this country? I don't think. I feel like I've never seen one.
Yes, but I don't think it counts.
What do you mean?
I had one on the Yongsan military base back before they closed the Yongsan military base.
Why were you there?
You never met him, but the year before I met you, before I'd moved to GLS, actually, one of my good friends here was like in the Air Force and stationed up here, and he used to invite me to like the Yongsan military base would always have like a big Christmas party, New Year's party, and just like randomly he would just be like, hey man, do you want to come like eat on base? And they had like a actual Chinese, like an American Chinese food place, and like some other American restaurants. And I liked to go to the American Chinese restaurant on base when he'd invite me, and it was weird because I'd have to go to the ATM and actually take out actual American money because you can't like spend Korean money on the base since it's like you're literally in America.
Oh, right.
But they had
that's so fucked up.
They had a truly American Taco Bell on base, which was not Korean Taco Bell. So like
that's funny because that
menu Taco Bell.
That base is like a 10-minute walk from the shitty Taco Bell.
I know. But yeah, that's where I've had Chinese. But it's kind of hard to say that's Korea because like the military base is, not Korea.
Yeah, it's pure U.S. military, except for the guards for some reason.
Even them, they're like there's a unit of the Korean military that works closely with the American military. I don't fucking know how that shit works.
I just noticed that all the people guarding the entrances are they're like 18-year-old, like recent high school graduate Korean guys who are doing their military service.
I still follow just because I don't want to leave Korea. But one thing I did sign up for is like the newsletter that lists all the like contractor work that the bases hire out here. Because I'm occasionally like, I'm just going to fucking job installing cable on the military base and leave teaching behind.
That doesn't sound bad at all.
It's not. I've got my friend Mario does that. He's one of the people I play Magic the Gathering.
I don't even know that was an option. You can just be a civilian and work on the base?
Yeah, they hire quite a few civilians, dude.
Installing cable?
No, I mean installing cable. Because I used to work for Comcast in America installing cable. But that's just like one of the examples. There's also like IT jobs and just like you can work in their random like hotel as like a bartender type deal.
That wouldn't be bad. I wonder what kind of visa situation you get.
You get like there's a military work visa. I don't remember. I think it's like E1, E3, something like that.
We're gonna look into that.
What?
I'm fucking sick of teaching.
Often I found that it was really hard to find stuff that I necessarily qualified for.
I don't know, man. It might be better just to work at a fucking Taco Bell on a military base at this point.
That or see, well, the problem is a lot of the jobs I did qualify for, spouses and children of
They have like first come.
Yeah, they get like first
preference. Yeah, that makes sense.
The people I know that have no involvement with the military are usually in IT stuff, and I do have like IT stuff like experience, but a lot of it's really outdated now because I've been doing this for 8 years. Like I would love to do. I would, if I could get like what my friend Mario's doing, I would have to like move to Pyeongtaek, but I would, if they give me an IT job to work at the Pyeongtaek base tomorrow doing just fucking IT shit, I would say, hey, fuck you, JLS, I'm leaving. Because first off, I'd probably get paid double the amount of money, and also I think I enjoy that kind of work better in a way.
Yeah.
Because I'm also in your boat of just being like sick of teaching. I say that, but I also get the feeling that I would move to do something like that and actually have to work like real American hours again and be like, what the fuck did I do?
Well, see, there was Buffalo Bill, by the way. I like to call him Buffalo Bill because it's probably his most famous role.
Probably is.
He's a good actor. Why can't I think of his real name?
He's been in a lot of stuff.
He has, but like, what is more famous than Buffalo Bill? What character that he's played? I can't think of one really.
That's a movie I literally haven't seen since I was a kid, but I know I like it.
Silence of the Lambs you haven't seen since you were a kid?
Nope.
Oh man, definitely worth it. Definitely worth a rewatch. You'll probably appreciate it in ways that you couldn't as a child.
I'm sure.
I keep wanting to call him James Gum, but that's just the real name of Buffalo Bill in the movie. Fuck, what is it? Ted something. This guy, this nerd kid, I recognize him mostly from a Netflix show that I watched, probably only because Haywan watched it.
Which one?
I think it was called Get Down.
Oh, I didn't even hear that one.
Get Down, Get Up. It was made by the guy who did Romeo plus Juliet and like Great Gatsby and all that shit. I forget his name now. That Australian director.
I mean, I watched all of Bridgerton recently, which was a weird experience.
Is that the like high school girl sex movie?
Bridgerton's like the
show.
The British like bourgeoisie noble romance show set in like the 1800s.
What am I thinking of?
I have no clue actually.
There's some like Netflix show it's just like girls be horny too, and it's like Irish Catholic schoolgirls like trying to get fucked. I don't know, whatever.
I actually liked Bridgerton.
I don't know much about it.
I mean, it's not like great, but like I ended up watching it. Well, this isn't near as bad as I expected. I had very low expectations though, which might have helped my liking it.
Maybe that actor was good on that show. He plays like a young kid in like the Bronx in like the 70s. It's like basically kind of like about like the birth of hip hop. And he's like one of the people like on the ground floor, like creating like rapping as an ability. I don't know. The way I'm describing it sounds really lame right now, but it wasn't bad. It got canceled like kind of prematurely, I think. This is just doing the first movie all like except the CGI is a little better.
Well, it is 20.
And it is not has no
Not 20 years later. 18 years later, right?
no, dude. Way more.
19?
Jurassic Park came out in 1993. 7 plus 18. 25 years.
Oh. Yeah, I guess that math works out better.
You were just going back to the year 2000.
I was. I'm not.
I mean, I get the urge to want to pretend like it's not.
No, that's not what it was. I'm just bad at fucking math.
I'm saying maybe it was subconscious. All right, I'm gonna try to focus on this movie, make some sort of related commentary. Oh, so also the stand-in for Muldoon in this movie is him, Buffalo Bill. God damn it, I want to think of his real name. Ted.
Muldoon has an instant problem, in my opinion.
No shorts.
Where's his fucking shorts? How's he going to be a badass without shorts? I feel like dropping shorts from these movies really hurts them. I get it. People think pants are more tactical or whatever, but nope.
Ted. I know I could just look it up. I'm just going to wait for it to come to me naturally. Ted Jason. Ted Josh. Ted Pratt. Ted Kaczynski. Fuck. Maybe it's not even Ted. He's actually kind of a hybrid of Muldoon and the guy in the second one whose like whole life is trying to kill a T-Rex. Which hasn't really been revealed yet, but this guy is all about killing dinosaurs. For sport. I've been keeping an eye out for when the new Fast and Furious movie's gonna drop. It's looking like May now. It'll be here any minute, though. Can't wait to see that magnet plane. I kind of wish they just like who needs stars and just kept Muldoon in all of the movies as the main protagonist. And his shorts just get shorter and shorter in each movie until you just see his balls hanging out.
He's just wearing a Speedo by the end.
Yeah. He's just teabagging dead dinosaurs by the end.
No, like the fourth movie would have been a Speedo. Then this movie, he's just like running around on a loincloth and a machine gun.
And then in the sixth one, he's just nude.
It was just like fucking history of violence, the whole movie.
Exactly. He's nude, but with like a with like a crossbow, like
No, not History of Violence. What movie I'm thinking of? Russian Prophecies. Is that the name of that movie?
no, it's just is it Eastern Promises?
Eastern Promises. That's what
Is
I'm thinking
that the
of.
nude fight scene?
That's the nude fight scene.
I thought maybe it was History of Violence.
History of Violence is the one with like the kind of brutal rape of his wife.
Hey, we come in full circle back to Cronenberg.
Did he do History of Violence?
Both of them.
I didn't know that.
He like he kind of went on a varied like a streak of different kinds of movies in the 2000s. I feel like in general, he did that movie about Freud, which a lot of people said was bad, and it wasn't very, very good, but it had good actors in it. It had
I haven't rewatched it in a long time, but I loved Eastern Promises when I first saw it.
I haven't rewatched it ever. I mean, I saw it once, but I haven't rewatched it. He did that movie Spider with Ralph Fiennes about the guy with schizophrenia. It was kind of forgettable. I remember thinking like, I think he's
Chris Pratt's so lucky.
Why?
Because he got tranquilized.
I don't know how to say this without sounding condescending or whatever. But girl busted up. It just seems sometimes in movies they really shoehorn in kind of girl boss moments. I mean, it's whatever. It's like there's like a kind of a fine line between like sort of like exploitative, like you know what I mean, like trying to hit all the demographics, and then like just having like a naturally sort of diverse cast. And I'm not sure where this movie in particular falls. This guy is one of these guys that seems recognizable, but also I can't think of a thing he was in. I hate precocious children. Precocious children are like 78% of my job right now.
What's wrong?
Although very few of them are as bad as they are in the movies, I guess. Nothing wrong with like kid being like smart or whatever. It's just when they have that fucking attitude. Damn, that's a fat ass. Is that a stegosaurus? I mean, not stegosaurus, triceratops. That's more tonguing. Oh, is he paralyzed from that dart? I think he is. Otherwise, he would probably be moving away, wouldn't he? Yeah, he's paralyzed. This is kind of like my worst nightmare. Not even just the lava part, but just the idea of being conscious but unable to move.
Yes.
He can move now, sort of. Is his hand just in that lava?
It'll be fine. It's just, we got 2 of them.
I got a spare. That's what I call my other hand. I think this guy's supposed to be like autistic or something. Is that wrong of me to guess? Just like, because like what he just said about is like mocking what his dad told him. Like, take any job, improve your people skills. But maybe he's just sort of like adorkable Joss Whedon level dialogue. Sorry.
I bet this movie ends with a T-Rex doing something.
Let's hope so. Let's hope it in the grand tradition of Jurassic Park. Wait, how did the third one end? I can't remember now.
With a T-Rex doing something.
Are you sure?
Yeah, it roared.
That was the fourth one that we just watched.
I'm pretty sure it did something. I don't remember.
No. The third one ended with the ass of the fucking pterodactyl.
Oh, you're right. Well, they did put the T-Rex in the bottom of the ship.
No, that was the second one.
Oh.
Wait.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Yeah, the second one was when... the giant ship.
My bad.
And I mean, the first one actually doesn't even end with the T-Rex roaring. I mean, that's the last you see of the T-Rex. But then the final shot is them like leaving in the helicopters, right?
Yeah, that's true.
And then the third one is kind of mimicking that, except we follow the supple, taut ass cheeks of pterodactyls. But the one we just finished watching had the funniest end of them all so far, I would say. That like sort of pre-rehearsed looking roar from the T-Rex looking out over the whole theme park was just fucking hilarious.
Why did they build their park on an island with an active volcano?
I don't know if this is the same place. I've lost track of where they actually are right now. Hey, there's those little ones again. It's like this is like the all-star reunion cast. They're all coming back at the same time. Hey, you got the galloping ones. You got the tiny ones. You've got the huge ones. Jesus, how are they all together like this? I mean, I guess it makes sense. They're all running from the same thing. Hey, there's the gyrosphere. Get into the gyrosphere. It's been rolled over perfectly for us.
Sorry.
I think this is the new dinosaur. Although this kind of looks like that one in the third one that was all red and looked like Darth Maul.
Darth Maul one, yeah, that's what I was just thinking.
But it's not red, but it's got the little devil horns. Jesus. The dinosaur and dinosaur violence in these new movies is pretty brutal. I'd prefer to watch people get eaten all day. I don't know why.
I would just like to see this one scene where a saber-toothed tiger fucks one of these dinosaurs up.
Yeah, why haven't they brought any of those back? I think they really kind of, unless we just totally missed it, which we probably did, but I think they just kind of left. Again, the T-Rex saves everybody and lets everybody know
He's
what's
the
up.
hero of the movie. He's the T-Rex.
I mean, I guess who knows what would happen in this fanciful world where dinosaurs are brought back to life, but I don't think they would behave in many of these ways at all. Like, just fighting each other. I mean, I guess, I don't know. Because they're all, like, well-fed, right? They're like zoo animals. Like, they have no real... It wouldn't be like battling over territory. I don't know. I don't know why I'm trying to sound like I know what I'm talking about. Oh, there they go. Into the water. I mean, as dumb as this movie is, this does look kind of cool, I guess. The fire and the lava going into the ocean and non-swimming dinosaurs falling into the ocean to escape it. They just showed like a triceratops like trying desperately to swim. That was kind of cool. Lava melting through the glass. Here comes fucking Indiana Pones. Whatever that means. Hang on, I'm gonna destroy our eardrums by shooting a gun underwater.
Does that destroy your eardrums?
I don't know. I feel like I've heard that somewhere. That it's largely like very shooting a gun underwater, like for the most part, wouldn't work unless it's some sort of like special gun. Also that. Oh wait, water doesn't fucking like amplify sound.
Yeah, that's why
Where did I get that idea from?
I was thinking maybe like the vibrations of the water. Is that what you're talking about?
I don't know. I think probably some kid in school told me that when I was like 8 years old, and I've just believed it until right now. It's funny when you're a dumb kid and you just like talk about shit like that, like you know what you're talking about. You know, if you shoot a gun underwater, it's gonna blow out your eardrums. My dad did it once, but he got new eardrums.
I know shit about guns. I've somehow managed to never shoot a real gun.
I did once. I don't remember it all that fondly.
I've shot a shotgun. I guess that's a real gun.
Of course it is. What else would it be?
I guess I've never shot like a pistol or
I mean, a shotgun is seems more sort of gun-ish to me.
No, it doesn't to me for some reason. I don't know why.
I feel like it's more deadly in a way.
They're oddly not.
But it's got the spray effect.
Yeah. That's why they're not as deadly. I mean, they'll fuck you up, but like it's usually like I mean, point blank obviously not, but I think like say you're like shooting someone 30 feet away, I think the person is a lot more likely to survive from a shotgun blast than like a 9mm blast.
Yeah, I guess that sounds right.
Either way, you're getting hurt. But this is coming from someone who doesn't really know much about guns at all.
Let's do some tests. Let's go get a gun.
Next time.
Ted Krasinski. Ted Cruz. I already said Ted Jason. Ted Josh. And Ted Kaczynski.
Ted's motherfucker.
I'm gonna let myself organically remember this guy's real name. Ted Gumble. Maybe Ted is just wrong. This guy's like a serial killer freak, though, man. Like, kind of like his character in Silence of the Lambs, except with dinosaurs. He's kind of trying to make not clothing, but like an accessory out of other beings. He's making a tooth necklace. In my memory of this movie, when we were like making our way to this movie, I thought this whole sequence of like the island just going to shit happened in the first like 15 minutes of the movie. It's been almost an hour now. It kind of makes me think a lot of the stuff that's happened in the last 45 minutes has been unimportant. Although we also have been talking over basically everything.
This is a callback from earlier, but for some reason my brain was killing me and I had to look it up because I was just sitting here trying to remember the name of one of my favorite movies, and it really sucks when you forget the name of one of your favorite movies, but I think my favorite Wesley Snipes movie is Demolition Man.
That is a damn good one.
It is so damn good. But I think also mentioning that he wanted to make like a necklace of teeth made me think of how Wesley Snipes' villain character had like the necklace of ears in the movie.
Right. Which is like a classic like psycho Vietnam soldier thing, right?
I mean, I have a necklace of ears.
And you were in Nam.
I wasn't a nom. It's just like, I mean, some teachers give extra homework as punishment. I just take fucking ears.
I feel like I've only heard the necklace of ears thing in reference to like deranged soldiers in Vietnam.
I'm just picturing myself walking into school wearing a necklace of fucking ears, and for whatever reason, my school being okay with it. Kids like running out, crying, and
oh, dude, I'm listening. Sorry, they're really like trying to pull the heartstrings here, but like
with killing the dinosaur.
Well, because they're like,
this is the animal rights dinosaur thing. I don't know why I'm talking about making necklaces of ears.
No, it's fine. But just that silhouette was literally the
Brontosaurus.
That scene in the first movie where it goes up on its hind legs and it's like the music is like peaking and it takes one bite out of the tree and then slams back down. They just recreated that to be like, this is the death of the beginning of the Jurassic Park, you know. Or at least that's how I'm going to read it.
Apparently, brontosauruses are not real and never were.
What?
Yeah.
So it's like probably one of those things
it's a
where like
fake dinosaur. Like it's not like fake. Like they were.
No, there are
There were similar dinosaurs, but I think like a brontosaurus is like a conglomeration of just like a lot of dinosaurs.
Which has probably happened with other fossilized ancient beasts. I think some of like the early configurations of like the dinosaur bones were like really fucking weird and off, or at least off according to what we see as correct now.
Yeah, I mean like
but I mean some of the I mean like obviously the fossilized remains are like a pretty good indication of like the bone structure. said me acting like I know what I'm talking about. Just seems like sort of common knowledge. Hey, speaking of your favorite movie, Captain America, it's the guy who ran the fucking Nazi organization. I forget his name, the actor.
Day Red School.
Not the
Oh,
yeah, you know what I mean.
the Hydra guy.
Yeah, Hydra. He's like the guy that you only see him on the like computer screen or some shit. I can't remember. Henry Wu, is that BD Wong's character? Must be, right? So, how was this different from the one from the previous movie? I thought that was the whole point of that previous movie. Of the new abomination they made. It was like partially raptor, partially T-Rex, whatever. Sounds like they're repeat.
Grandpa. Missy. Is this grandpa more like the movie owner? Because I remember this grandpa being a real ass in this movie when I saw it.
The movie owner?
Sorry, the owner from the original book and the main series.
I said it a bunch of times, man. He's the fucking brother. He's the brother of Hammond. But he's like the brother who disagrees with Hammond's ways. He thinks Hammond was too much of a coddling hippie, basically. Doesn't understand the hard knock realities of the world. Except now, as soon as I said that really confidently, now I'm like, am I right about that? Is he the brother? No, he is. Definitely is.
I got my hopes up that it was going to be David Attenborough playing him.
It'd be great if David Attenborough just was in this movie, but he didn't talk to people normally. He just talked in like voiceover speak.
Yeah.
He was like, the human approaches the other human and annoys the shit out of him. Behind this beta human, we see the Alpha Rex. Oh my god. I'm no dino doctor, but she said I can't remove the bullet without a blood transfusion from another dinosaur. Why? I don't understand that. Oh, look at this sleeping giant. I think this is one of the only times they'd use a puppet, T-Rex puppet in the movie. So they're trying to take blood from the T-Rex to put into the raptor? This is a silly plot point. I mean, I guess this is kind of like comedy of errors something moment. Like, don't wake daddy.
I feel like there should be a better way to do this, but I remember they're like sneaking around, so maybe don't have access to the better way of doing it.
They are sneaking around for sure, but I think the whole premise for them having to do this is based on a flawed idea, in my medical opinion.
Well, you are a doctor, contrary to popular belief, and don't let anyone tell you.
Contrary to me saying 10 seconds ago, I'm no dino doctor.
Don't let them lie to you, podcast. I'm ruining Josh's couch by uncomfortably moving around to find like the place that makes my body feel alive.
You got a little bit of give on that cord. You could just kind of pace back and forth if you want.
This intense sitting has made me suddenly be like, oh, God.
Ruh-roh.
Daddy's awake. I think it would have been cool if one of the characters got stuck in one of the dinosaurs' like stomachs and they had to crawl out like Pinocchio stuck in the well.
Or crawl out of its asshole like Ace Ventura and Ace Ventura 2 with the rhino.
They should really do a Jurassic Park Ace Ventura crossover.
I agree, 100%.
I've never actually seen Ace Ventura, but do you think that Jim Carrey...
Really?
Do you think Jim Carrey did the same thing in Ace Ventura that he did in the Andy Hoffman movie? Just spent months and months and months refusing to be Jim Carrey. He was just fucking Ace.
I do not.
Rather,
because the character was just made up like on the fly.
Somehow I actually never did see Ace Ventura beyond like, clips and bits.
So then that really means you never saw the sequel. There's a sequel.
I didn't know there was a sequel.
The sequel is incredibly... I mean, both movies are hashtag problematic in different ways. The first one has some pretty wretched, like, trans joke at the end. But it's all the other weird, like, catch 22 to it is that they even have a trans character as a main character at all. But I mean, it's done in a very insensitive way or whatever. But, so yeah, that movie's basically canceled now. And the second one just like a lot of racist shit because he goes to like the jungle and like lives with some indigenous tribe and there's a lot of bad jokes. What? Yeah. But there's a scene where he literally crawls out of what I think for some reason I recently saw this on Twitter, someone posting the picture of him crawling out of the rhino's ass. But, like, I think even in the context of the movie, it's a fake rhinoceros. Yeah. But I can't recall why that would be in the movie at all. But,
of that era of, aww.
They are kind of cute. I guess 5 movies in is fucking inevitable that they had to make one of the dinosaurs a fucking ally and a friend.
Oh yeah, and this sells fucking toys to kids, man.
I mean, plenty of people bought like the T-Rex and Velociraptor toys from the first movie. And nobody thought they were the humans' friends.
Well, that era of Jim Carrey movies, going back to that, I did love Cable Guy.
Oh, amazing. I would maybe next to like Eternal Sunshine of Spotless Mind, the best Jim Carrey movie.
Yeah, that's true. There's some other Jim Carrey movie I really like, and I can't think of its name.
I like Truman Show.
That's what I'm thinking of.
But one thing about the even pre-Cable Guy, like right before Cable Guy, he had like one of the most unprecedented, quick, successful runs of movies ever, which was...
It all began with The Mask, right?
No. Ace Ventura was first.
Okay.
That broke him.
Because I thought it went like, he went from doing like Mad TV or whatever he was on. Was he on Mad TV? In Living Color, right.
And he was... He did some like bad like B movie before that called like Rubber Face or some shit.
Yeah, and he was also in what the fuck was that movie? The alien movie about the chicks from Mars.
I don't know, man. Like before he was famous?
Yeah, it was a bad B movie, but it's like Babes from Mars or something. Like just like fucking some dumb movie.
I mean, there's Earth Girls are easy, but that's kind of like that's not the movie. Because that's the movie with that movie used to be on Comedy Central and shit.
That's what I was thinking of. That has Jim Carrey, right?
Really? I don't think so.
I really thought that was like his very.
But that's not a B movie because that movie is like what's her name?
Is that not a B movie? How is looked at as a B movie?
There's like a big star in that movie. At least one or two big stars. Gina Davis, I think, is in that movie.
I guess I thought it was a B movie.
Maybe it is. Maybe I'm totally mixing shit up. But the unprecedented run was all within the year 1994. He made Ace Ventura.
Wow, was The Mask came out that late? I thought The Mask was like 91 or something.
He was nobody in 91. He wasn't anybody till 94. 94, Ace Ventura, The Mask, and Dumb and Dumber were all in 1 year. And those were like gigantic movies. Like,
you're right.
Usually when people hear about that, they like don't believe it. They're like, there's no way someone did those three massively successful movies within the span of a year.
I don't know why I thought The Mask was 91, but you're right. It was 94.
Maybe you're thinking of that movie with Cher and Eric, what's his name, called Mask.
No, I'm not.
I know, I'm joking. Because that was probably more like 90 or...
That's crazy that Dumb and Dumber was the same year, because for some reason I thought Dumb and Dumber was like later. Like,
I mean, there was the terrible, like, sort of sequel reboot thing, but... No, and then it was after those three... Cable Guy was like the one that where people kind of got off board because they were like, this is too weird. Like this isn't just funny like the other ones. Like this is like dark and fucked up. And that's exactly what like I loved about it.
Well, that's what I loved about it.
Yeah. Do you know the comedian John Gabris?
Yeah.
He has like a million podcasts, but one of the ones he does, like he just has a guest on where they just like pick a subject and he did one that was just about the Cable Guy.
And how was Jim Carrey on there?
No, it was just him and another like LA comedian.
We should get Jim Carrey on our show.
Yeah. And who knows, man? He's pretty weird these days. He might actually do it.
Let's think big. I don't even know what I would talk to Jim Carrey about.
Well, his whole thing now is he likes to just go on stream of consciousness, fucking like nonsense rants about like meaninglessness, and
That sounds great.
I think he might like the title of our podcast. So
I'll send them an email.
let's get in touch with his people.
I'll have to tell him that it costs money to be on our show.
How hilarious would that be if we got on there? Got him on. Our first guest ever is like the most successful comedic actor of all time, who has become kind of a lunatic.
Oddly fitting.
Yeah, I mean, he probably wouldn't talk about his career and shit. He seems against all of that. But
I don't even care about talking about his career.
Oh no, I would just. It's so funny that we're even talking about this. just let him riff. Just be like, hey man,
just like
what does it all mean?
I'll just do my shitty impressions and be like, do you think I can make it as an impressionist? I know that's how you got your style.
You immediately you immediately destroy the show. He does not want to hear people do impressions of him back at him. Or do you mean just your original impressions?
Yeah, I mean my original impressions.
Okay, that's a little better. If you were just like smoking instead of like, hey, what's up? How's it going? You're just like, alrighty then, smoking cable guy. Just like saying words.
No, I wouldn't do that.
That'd be funny though. No, I would be like, folks, we've got I wouldn't even call him an actor. I would introduce him as a painter because he got really into painting or something a while ago. Like, we got a famed painter, James W. Carey, whatever his, even if that's not his middle initial. And hey James, what does it all mean? And then he would just talk for like an hour. Like, have you heard him in interviews the last few years? Yeah, he just like, it's actually kind of annoying the way he talks, but like, Jesus, in this insane fantasy scenario where we could boost the podcast.
Saw him on that stupid Jerry Seinfeld show where they comedians in cars.
Oh, he was on that?
Yeah.
Did he go off into weird tangents and shit?
Yeah, he did.
See, that would be uncomfortable because I bet Seinfeld wouldn't even know how to handle something like that.
It was weird.
Seinfeld would just be like, okay, TMI.
Did you hear about the guy who was driving a car?
Fuck Jerry Seinfeld. I like the show Seinfeld, but I really dislike the person Jerry Seinfeld. It just seems like he has no convictions about anything. Oh, anyway, I was going to say the thing with John Gabris, he said that he was talking about how much him and his like brothers loved the Cable Guy when they were kids, and how like they would just watch like kind of whatever movies were on HBO like over and over in the summer. But he said like on more than one occasion while like laying in bed trying to sleep, like I guess him and his like one of his brothers had to share a room. They just recited the entire movie, The Cable Guy, from memory, like to each other. I thought that was kind of funny. I know there's a time in my life where I could have done that with certain movies, but definitely not anymore. I could maybe get close with certain, like Mr. Show sketches or something. I'd have to like rewatch them once or twice again, but who is this guy? I mean, I know the character, but God, I keep on Ted. It's never coming to me. James. Definitely not James. Ted. This is good commentary, right? Ted.
Why didn't he break his arm there?
He's trying to show off or something. I don't know.
This is where he says, "Those are $500 sunglasses, asshole." Speaking of reboots that don't really need to be made, did you see they're making a new Mortal Kombat movie that's a reboot of the first Mortal Kombat movie?
No, but I'm going to watch the hell out of that.
I am, but I feel like I need to watch the first
You
Mortal
haven't
Kombat
seen the
movie.
originals yet, man. And the sequel.
The originals? I've
They-
seen the original so many times.
Oh, okay.
I haven't seen the sequel.
The sequel is somehow like twice as bad as the first one.
I've seen the first one a billion times.
Really, that's kind of insane, man. That movie's really bad.
Not a billion times. I know it's not.
I think
good.
more than once is like, unless you were watching it for a podcast or something.
No, I liked it a lot as a kid. I had it like recorded on a VHS tape. I think
Okay.
I think I went through the process of renting it from the movie rental place and hooking two VCRs up together so that I could record it on a
Nice.
like VHS tape.
You know, you probably never took me up on that suggestion though to listen to the We Hate Movies ep on that movie.
No, I haven't.
It's really good.
I thought the first one
it's
was
really-
good. Is it not? I mean, I know.
No,
it's
but
bad,
they talk about it in a loving way, sort of like you are, like how they watched it as kids and how the how the intro music pumps them up no matter.
Me too.
Even though they know the movie's gonna be bad, they're just like, "Fuck yeah, Mortal Kombat!" It's that intro music is so intense that like fucking techno music.
I mean,
But yeah, the sequel movie is like, imagine the first movie but with like half the budget, and then like instead of regular B actors, they just use like extras from like porn shoots or whatever. Like I think they bring in way more characters as well. They have like obscure characters like Rain and like all of that shit.
yeah.
It's pretty bad, but it's like bad in a funny way. Spoiler, they kill off Johnny Cage like within the first 5 seconds because the actor who played him in the first movie thought he was too good for the series and wouldn't reprise his role. He like thought he was going to be a star somewhere else.
How'd that pan out?
I don't know his name, and I never will. The story about that too is that when they first started like casting the movie, putting the first movie together, they wanted like Tom Cruise to play Johnny Cage. They also wanted Jean-Claude Van Damme. But Jean-Claude Van Damme, I think, turned it down to do the Street Fighter movie instead, which is one of the worst movies ever made.
Love that movie
history.
too, but for like different reasons. That movie's truly bad.
It's
though.
really it makes those Mortal Kombat movies look really good by comparison somehow. Okay, this is sort of key. I mean, you've seen the movie before.
Yeah, I've seen.
You remember this shit about this?
Yeah, she's a clone.
She is a
Oh
clone.
God, sorry. This is commentary. I'm not supposed to say this that early, am I?
No, it doesn't matter.
But I imagine if you're watching commentary of a movie, you've already seen the movie. So.
And if you haven't, who cares? This movie
Spoilers
sucks.
alerts.
Also, that I'm pretty sure they just revealed pretty clearly that she's a clone, right? With that paperwork.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, sad baby Triceratops. That's a phrase I wish I could ever use in reality. Do you remember the first time you saw a dinosaur? I can't make it through the whole movie.
Then you see the first living dinosaur, and you're just stunned by the reality of science being so powerful that it could bring our prehistoric ancestors alive. Hammerhead. Hammerhead.
It's the old auction scene. Literally, this reminds me of something that would be going on like Epstein Island. Just a bunch of rich people in a dark room bidding on things.
They pay way less money for the Thai children, though, that they like to rape.
Jesus. I mean, that's true.
I know. That's why it's funny and terrible.
Hey, it's the helmet dinosaur again.
Yeah, he's breaking them out. Thing is, I just don't see them weaponizing dinosaurs, and here's the reason I don't, is I imagine, much like any other creature, they just die to a fucking missile. Or a machine gun. But definitely to a tank.
I mean, none of it makes any fucking sense at all. I mean, it's sort of to invoke past marathon franchise film. It's like when the fucking Fast and Furious people drop in via skydiving car to Afghanistan.
Very much a real thing.
But it's almost... That's supposed to be a funny moment. It's sort of similarly silly, but this is like 10 times sillier and stupider.
Is this girl broken yet for finding out she's a clone?
I'm not sure if that's like that's not the sole reason they're auctioning them off, right? Like, I think only did I miss something big? Because like, I think it's only the thing in the previous movie with the raptors that they're trying to like actually militarize.
Oh, I thought they were trying to do it in this movie too. I don't know. I guess they're just selling them for like rich fuckers to have
it's
pets.
just the rare genetics that are worth a lot, and like, and yeah, like I think the idea is they'll open their own like theme parks or something. I think I don't even know. But no, I don't think that's a military-industrial thing, because governments wouldn't be, like, bidding on shit, you know? I think this is just weird, rich assholes who want to buy a dinosaur.
So is she a dinosaur? Is she a human saurus? Like, I mean, she's a clone.
I mean, that would be so much better.
Does she have, like, the next evolution?
It'd be funny if her DNA sequence was filled in with frog DNA. But
I think it's filled in with raptor DNA.
I'm pretty sure she's just a kid clone, pure kid clone.
And she's just a clone of herself, right? Because the original one died, or she's a clone of.
How can you be a clone of anything other than yourself?
Or was she a clone of the grandfather's wife? That's what I'm unsure about.
No, she's a clone of. I believe it's like the original granddaughter. Oh shit! Now I don't remember.
I remember it's.
Whatever. But that picture that was in the file was the picture of the original girl, I believe, who I guess grows up to be like the daughter of Hammond's brother, whatever his name is. I think it's something like that, or granddaughter, or daughter. She thinks she's the granddaughter,
so she's not the.
but she's actually the clone of the daughter. Is what I think it might be.
She's not the clone of the blonde girl from the first movie, which would have been interesting.
Which blonde girl? No.
What happened to those children? What happened to the original Hammond children?
Well, the last we saw them was in what? The third movie?
Second movie. I think the last we saw there was the second movie, actually.
No, actually, it was the beginning of this one. Wasn't it?
No.
It was the second movie.
They were
right.
definitely not in this movie, dude.
You're right. Yeah, they
Definitely not in this movie.
They would have been like 45 years old. Yes, it's from the 1997 one. They're in the beginning with Goldblum, right? Oh, you are right. They are trying to do some like soldier shit. At least with this one, because I think the other ones they weren't, but this one in particular is like, this one responds to like direct commands and shit, so you could like make it attack people, which is still dumb as fuck. But I think the other ones they were just auctioning off as like, hey, you weird freaks with lots of money, do whatever you want with this thing. I think some of them maybe just want to hunt them. That's honestly what, if this technology did emerge, what would happen is just rich assholes would like put them in like a cage with a few trees and just shoot them from from a fucking perch. The way that like the Trump kids go and kill elephants and lions and shit in Africa. I just realized they have the exchange rate thing up there, but it's just empty. You see that? The euro and yen.
Yeah. Where's the KRW?
They don't care, man. Japan is everything.
Japan doesn't even have a fucking army.
Not officially. But what about the dinosaur army they've been cultivating?
They have fucking Gundams. And there's no world
where... But they're going to train raptors to operate those Gundams.
There's no world where a dinosaur takes on a Gundam, dude.
But what if they control them?
That's true.
That's not even that much money, actually. I mean, comparatively. Like, Jeff Bezos makes that in, like, 45 minutes.
Less time than that, man.
No, I think... Oh, yeah, you're right. I think his record I saw recently... Oh, because of the thing you were talking about, the Warren billionaire tax, someone did the calculations, and it was, like... Bezos would owe like, I can't remember how much. It was like $5 billion or something like that. But then, like, you know, his net worth is like 200 billion. And then someone said that in a single day he's made $13 billion at one point, which is, you know, more than double what he'd be taxed for the whole year.
It'd be a start, though. It's more than tax money he's giving right now.
But it's just...
Yeah, no, I know what you're saying.
I'm not even saying it to criticize Liz Warren. I'm saying it to criticize because someone posted, like, it's outrageous. That would mean Bezos would owe whatever it was, like it was less than what he's made in a day. It was like he would have to pay $5 billion a year in taxes. $5 billion. And then, you know, the response was... He's worth 200 billion. He's made 13 billion in a day. Like on average, he makes probably more than 5 billion in a day. Actually, I don't know if that's true, but he makes a lot of fucking money. And that is a drop in the bucket.
I think they should do it 90% tax, but I know that's not going to happen.
I mean, that's what they did at one point. Under a Republican president, no less.
There's that Navy SEAL action.
Yeah, I forgot he's supposed to be a Navy SEAL.
Oh, is this where not a badass because he doesn't wear shorts because he's eaten by a dinosaur?
I'll never tell.
He'd be a badass if he had shorts on. But I think all the guys in shorts have been eaten by dinosaurs, which makes me sad.
It really is starting to bother me that I can't think of his name.
It's bothering me that shorts went out of fashion.
Maybe people were like, is disrespectful to do Muldoon face, to do Muldoon legs. Ted.
Muldoon had some really fucking muscular legs, dude. I was impressed.
I mean, this guy is probably like 40 years older than the actor who played Muldoon was in 93.
It looks like he has muscular legs also.
I mean, he's in good shape, but he's fucking old.
I hope I'm in that kind of shape when I'm old.
Remember what he looked like in Silence of the Lambs?
Yeah.
tight bod. I would fuck me. Goodbye, horses. Ted. Da-da-da. It's funny that I'm stuck on Ted, and it might not even be Ted. But I'm pretty sure it's Ted. I'm not going to look it up until we get to the credits, and I still haven't remembered it. If you remember it, just say it.
No, I don't.
It's actually probably the best death in like of maybe the actually that when that nanny got killed in the last one was pretty
Someone
good.
always has to lose an arm.
Oh yeah, you're right. That seems disrespectful to Samuel L. Jackson's memory. Except the arm has never been eaten before. And he's really getting mauled. Idiot. So why would you scream? He's so smart. Okay, that's kind of funny.
I thought he did that on an accident.
Total alpha intentionality. Unhand my clone. I feel like I've seen this guy in a lot of stuff. I just can't think of what it is. Here's the parlor scene. We were right. Even though we've both seen the movie before and we've been watching it up until this point, I still feel like patting myself on the back.
Which one was Loxon or whatever? Like, I know who Hammond is, but
he's the Hammond's brother.
Okay.
Right? Did I make up that they're brothers?
I don't know.
Because I've been saying that from the beginning, and now I'm not sure because he called him Lockwood. Am I just thinking of Succession? Because Succession is where that guy plays the brother of a shorter, fatter brother. Also.
That suddenly made me think of Better Call Saul. I need to catch up on Better Call Saul. I fucking liked that show.
I'm not all caught up on it. It's good. It's also, I don't feel like a rush to finish it either for some reason. Yeah. I remember when before it started, so many people, I guess including myself, were like really skeptical about it.
I think I ended up liking it better than Breaking Bad.
I wouldn't go that far, but to me it just seems like an extension.
Yeah.
I mean, it has the same style, the same writing, really. Did they ever? I heard that they were gonna eventually cross the Jesse Pinkman character into.
I really don't know.
I don't think they have yet, but. Speaking of dinosaurs, did you see that El Camino, the Jesse Pinkman epilogue movie?
No.
Do you know about it?
I heard of it.
Okay.
I didn't get around to watching it. Was it good?
Yeah. I honestly don't even really remember what happens in it, but it was good.
I wanted to watch it.
A lot of it is flashbacks and shit. But
I don't remember why I didn't get around to watching it, but no, I didn't watch it.
It's short. It's just like a short movie. It's not like a series or anything.
I would say maybe I'll watch it tonight, but I'm probably not going to watch anything else tonight. I've done a lot of watching.
Anything
today.
you watch tonight, you're just going to start seeing dinosaurs in. So you might as well watch Mario Brothers movie.
I bet Walter White could have made a dinosaur. A blue meth dinosaur. Methosaurus Rex.
I mean, he does get out of a lot of jams and tight situations with his know-how.
Yeah, no. I mean,
imagine that's what happened in the season finale. It was like, instead of that fucking he uses the, what do you call that, sprinkler? He uses the sprinkler system thing to hook the gun up to. Instead of that, he just made a fucking raptor.
Breaking Bad is basically MacGyver for our generation.
That's one way to look at it. That's one way to look at a really dense, dramatic, sort of revolutionary.
Oh, look, another
TV
one where
drama.
they end in a weird gift shop looking thing.
It's just MacGyver with meth.
I mean, every show is basically MacGyver.
I think my first friend ever in my life, when it was barely old enough to even form memories. One of my only memories of playing with him or whatever when I was a kid, when we were probably I don't know, Jesus, 3 or 4 years old, was that even at that young age he loved MacGyver.
I loved MacGyver around that stupid young age too.
Really? I mean, 4 years old?
4 or 5. I mean, that's about when it was coming on for us, man.
Yeah, it's just, and I mean, of course, I've pointed out already, my parents didn't let me watch. Only thing I watched at that age was Sesame Street. I was allowed to watch the 1960s Batman TV show, and
oh, so your parents wanted you to go up to be gay?
yes, and these biblical animation VHSs.
Was it the biblical animation VHS
where they time travel?
The time travel with a
Yes.
little robot thing?
No, what? There's no robot.
I saw the TIE travelers. I thought there was like a little robot in them.
It's 3 kids. One of them is like a really stereotypical like Pakistani or Indian kid.
Yeah, I
and then
remember
it's
those.
like a white girl and like an Aryan white couple.
We didn't have those at home, but back when every other weekend when I go to my dad's house, he'd make me go to church because mom didn't care about church, and I remember watching those as Sunday
I don't
school.
really remember the mechanism that they traveled through time. I think it was almost just like magic, like they just appeared in biblical times.
I don't know why, but I thought there was also a little robot in that show.
There might have been, but I really don't remember it that way. But that was basically what I watched at that age. So I didn't even know what MacGyver was, except for this friend of mine being like, I want to be MacGyver. And his whole thing was like, I'm going to try to be MacGyver.
No, I'm pretty sure I wanted to be MacGyver.
But this one time, though, we were playing in the backyard. And we were like climbing up a tree or something. And he was like, I'm MacGyver. And he fucking fell out of the tree, like hit this fence really hard and like cut himself open really bad.
Shit.
And I had to like run inside to the parents and be like, Nathan is trying to be MacGyver and he's bleeding. They were like, all of the parents, like, I remember, I don't know if you're ever in a position where you like tell a group of adults that there's something wrong going on and they all stampede like past you.
Yeah.
That's the way I remember it. Was like they like knocked me over, like running towards this other kid. That's one of my earliest memories, probably.
MacGyver's one of those shows that got real weird and jumped the
I
shark.
never watched it ever. Like
it
I
definitely
know,
like because it was on for years. I do remember like when it was going off. Like it started out as like a show about like I don't know some ex-military guy who was really good at like building shit. Right?
Was that as much of a thing as like the sort of the stereotype is that he would like always like every episode he would like rig something out of like
every episode
like
that was the thing,
like
man.
a toothpick and whatever.
Yeah, that was every episode.
That's funny.
But like I think the last few seasons it got weird. Like he time traveled back to King Arthur's time and had to like save Camelot.
Oh, that sounds like they ran out of ideas.
And then like he ends up like becoming Merlin's best friend or some bullshit. Like I'm kind of curious to just go back. I'm not going to rewatch it, but I might go like read all the Wikipedia recasts of that because I just remember it getting like real. Oh god, I thought she was turning into a dinosaur. I was like, holy shit, there was dinosaur DNA.
I kind of thought
her.
That's what was going on.
That's amazing. How did I forget that?
I also thought maybe I've just hit my limit and I'm starting to hallucinate. But
I think it'd be so awesome. That was the thing. She became like.
It would
dinosaur girl.
I mean. Instantly 5-star movie
right,
if that happens.
Like that was the ending, like some weird, like not just like nice kids family, it was just like full Cronenberg like body horror transformation into like dinosaur girl. Turns out that she's been blue the whole time.
Or she just turned into John Hammond. But John Hammond that's like my imagined Wayne Knight, it just is a human who screams like a dinosaur.
Oh man,
that is literally what happens in the good movie. You know, the kitchen scene where the raptor gets confused by the reflection as she's closing the little cabinet.
I feel like Blue saves the girl, right? Like Blue's gonna fight that dinosaur.
I think you're right.
Now that raptors have become the good guys.
They kind of have been, they like off and on have been since the last movie. It seems like, at least
which is weird because they went from being the ultimate evil.
Yeah, they were literally like it was the opening to the first movie of like the most soulless killers.
But now they're not the apex predator.
Well, it's only these like genetically fucked up ones that like mankind has made for its own insane ideas.
I feel like these movies are fucking impossible.
It's taken 5 movies and you're like, You know what? I'm a bit of a skeptic of this science and technology of this movie, of Jurassic Park.
This seems like the fucking bullshit that Elon Musk likes to talk about.
I feel like I've seen, like, I haven't, like, read the articles, but I feel like articles come by every now and then that are like, what geneticists say about the possibility of a Jurassic Park type scenario? And it's like, well, it's possible in a very distant theoretical way. Da, 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 da.
That won't be the exact same thing.
I mean, I feel like if anything even close, he's going to pick the lock with his, like, little nail. I hope it's what happens.
I want engineered super bugs like the fucking buggers in Starship Troopers.
I was gonna say sounds pretty Starship Troopers. He is very gingerly opening that door. See, it was great in the first movie when that raptor did it. Here it's just played, man. It's fucking played.
I really loved Heinlein books growing up, and I feel like I would hate them now.
Never read. That's lit. Watching all these back to back, like, it really makes me see how much it's just homage.
Formulaic, yeah.
That tapping of the claw was literally that scene.
In ways that's good, but I mean, it's okay to have.
But it also shows that there's just all the new ideas suck.
Like,
and like the only thing worth anything are the homages to the one good movie of the series.
I mean, I feel like these movies did not need sequels at all.
100% no.
Like,
it would have been like,
you know what movie franchise would have been 1,000 times better about sequels? The Matrix. That doesn't. I don't know how that ties in with this, but I always hated the Matrix had sequels because the first Matrix is great.
Only weird contrarians say that they like those sequels. Yeah. I don't believe any when they say that they like those sequels. I think fucking Chapo Felix says he likes those sequels, but he's like the biggest contrarian of all time.
Yeah, Felix is a fucking moron. Come at me, Felix.
I mean, he says I'm not being ironic when I say James Cameron is the premier filmmaker of all time, and Avatar is the greatest movie ever made. I mean, like, shut the fuck up.
James Cameron's fucking great.
James Cameron is great, but fuck Avatar. That's like, I don't think there's anything I've disagreed with more with those fucking Chapo boys than their whole going on about Avatar being like the most politically like.
I've only seen Avatar once.
Movie. I thought it sucked. I always thought it sucked. I didn't just follow the backlash train. Like, the first time I saw it, I was like, why did I see that? That was so boring. I mean, I listened to their episode talking about it, and I got their points, but at the same time, I was like, that movie...
I played the episode, but I didn't listen to it, if that makes any sense whatsoever.
Yeah.
I definitely played it, and I heard it in the background, but it wasn't what I... Actually, I usually when they do a film episode, but that was one of the ones where I just didn't care, and it might have been I just don't like it.
Half the time, they're just trying to convince the listeners that they're not joking. They're like, we're being serious. Like, we really think this movie is important and good and great.
Though I don't think they have all the best film takes, because they also really liked Harley Quinn.
They didn't really go into that movie too deep, though.
I thought they talked about it for like 2 hours.
No.
Not the same way they talked about it. Yeah, you're right. They never talk about anything for 2 hours.
I've gone through after listening to their whole catalog. Why is this going to be on Hard Commentary? Whatever.
It's fine.
I've gone through and just picked out the film episodes because I like the film episodes too. And they mention Birds of Prey like in passing in an episode that's not about the movie.
Oh, I thought they had a movie.
They did Suicide Squad. And
confused.
They've done all the DC Universe movies.
Why do they fucking do the DC Universe movies? Because they're fucking terrible.
Well, because the Marvel ones are played out, and they probably wanted to just rip on stuff.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And I think it just started with, Batman versus Superman. They made fun of it. Like, I guess we got to do all of these now.
If they're listening now, Felix, if you want to have it out about Avatar with me.
He's the like last person to respond to anything we will ever say or do.
I'll sit down, Felix.
Out of everybody, like everybody in that whole world of
Felix,
of podcasting,
me and you.
You'd be the last person to even say "fuck you."
Just listen to me, Felix. Me and you will sit down, talk about Avatar, then I'll kick your ass at Call of Duty. That's a challenge. Challenge you. I know you play COD. I hear you talk about it. I'm just gonna I'll tell you now, Felix. You'll just cry at the number of headshots I'm capable of.
Throwing down the gauntlet.
That's right. If you made it through these 5 hours of Jurassic Park,
desperately trying to manufacture beef between us and anyone on Chapo. And fuck you, Virgil, Texas. What kind of name is that?
I have noticed, now that we're in the dredges of this, I've noticed, is he not friends with the cast anymore? Because I have not heard them mention Virgil once since Bad Faith started.
He's been on since then.
Was there a falling out? Okay, I was beginning to think, was there like a falling out that I missed? Like
he's the biggest fucking like beneficiary of all of them. He does the least work of all of them and still probably gets like, I don't really know how they split up their money, but he's fucking rich for nothing.
Yeah, I know. Bree brings that up occasionally.
Well, and
I would too.
And on that show, he does even less.
I know.
He like
I'm pretty sure it's her show.
Oh, it is, because he like. There have been interviews where I'm like, oh, Virgil's just not on this one. And then at the very, very end, he hasn't said a single word.
He plugs the podcast.
They'll be like,
he's always the one that
what
plugs
do you
the
think,
podcast.
Virgil? And he's like, well, I think that was an interesting discussion. Join our Patreon. He's always just like pushing the money thing. Like, I don't know. Of course, I like all of those guys ultimately, but like, I also, of course, am jealous of how much fucking money they make for doing 2 hours of work a week.
They probably do more than that.
I doubt it, dude.
I mean, they have to at least
Will does, but like everybody else, are you kidding me?
call up some people to try to.
They don't do any of that shit.
You think it's all
They
Will?
got a producer and they have Will Menaker. The rest of those guys, they answer a fucking Skype call at best twice a week.
Matt has the Kush blog.
Yeah, which is, he has a bunch of adoring fans who like live chat at him while he goes off.
And
I mean,
I haven't looked at his Twitch subscribers, but I bet so for each Twitch subscriber you have, that's $5, and I bet he has quite a bit.
I didn't even
of
realize
money
that's
from
how
that.
it worked.
Yeah, not followers, but subscribers. So like on Twitch, so you don't get the full $5. You get like $4 out of the $5.
Well, they
but
just
you can make a shit ton of money from Twitch.
completely checked out of this movie, but whatever.
I'm sorry.
No. I'm
you find out this girl's a fucking clone. Yeah. Blue saves their asses, but I think Blue dies. I don't remember or not. Maybe Blue escapes. No, they're all sad because Blue.
I'm gonna
is saving
say
their
this
life
movie
right
sucks almost as much as
the second
Lost
one.
World. Yeah,
it's got this like weird PETA bent to it about saving clones.
I think the only thing that saves this movie is that it's newer and it has like, I mean, look at all those dinosaurs. There's just more to look at. Like, it's more colorful, basically. And the second one is just like blue gray palette and kind of dull action for the whole thing. Did she just change her accent?
No, she's always had that accent, but she had to free the dinosaurs because she's a clone and they're clones, and it's time for the Clone Wars to begin. Classic bad guy gets eaten by the dinosaurs.
Is the helmet dinosaur gonna kill him?
I don't remember.
I thought I saw the helmet.
I think he just gets stampeded.
I thought I saw the helmet dinosaur like crouching behind him.
It's a pterodactyl. God, that looks so much fun.
Drop.
That does look fun. I mean, I think the girl freeing all the dinosaurs was a bit misguided. I understand where she's coming from. And she's a kid. She may have not learned a lot. Also, crawling under the car seems misguided too.
Yeah, that seems like a poor choice. I mean, I guess all the other choice was to go in the car, which I feel like would have been a better bet.
There were a lot of good choices, I guess. Come the small dinosaurs. Where's the compies? They can crawl on. Oh, there's the compies. They're on the fucking top of the car. I forgot that they were on top of the car.
I didn't even notice. Oh, man. Is that the devil one again? Lurking in the background there?
Yeah, because the compies are running away. Oh, it's the T-Rex.
Hey,
it does end with the T-Rex.
You called it. How did you know? Oh, there's a threesome again.
I don't even think the T-Rex was alive when some of these other dinosaurs...
Why does it roar at the end of every fucking movie?
Because the T-Rex was like hundreds of thousands of years before the raptors, right? That's my science guy talk. It's like they literally were not alive at the same time.
Yeah,
like I think a lot of these dinosaurs.
I think one of those like sort of like push your glasses up. Well, actually, moments is like none of these animals existed in the Jurassic period. Is what I feel like I've seen on a listicle or some shit.
Really? I didn't know that.
I mean, it might not be true, but I feel like I've read that somewhere, like in passing. Like it's like in reality, it should have been called Cretaceous Park.
my favorite bit of like dinosaur media in the past few years, and I highly recommend it, is
Is there a lot of dinosaur media? Okay.
Dinosaur media. The TV show Primal was absolutely incredible. Or sorry, the animated show, the cartoon. I don't want to call it a cartoon because it's kind of serious. But it's done by the Russian guy that did Samurai Jack and all those shows. It's more of his adult show, and it's real cool. It's about like just there's no dialogue in it, but it's just beautiful. The animation is beautiful, and it's about just like a caveman existing or Neanderthal existing in prehistoric times.
That sounds kind of cool.
It's really neat. The episodes are short, but it's beautiful. Like the animation is just absolutely beautiful. I highly recommend it. Each episode is like 10 or 15 minutes, but like it's basically about surviving in prehistoric times.
Did you say it's Netflix or?
I downloaded it. It's Cartoon Network. It's not on Netflix. It's called Primal. It's Adult Swim. It's Primal. But it's not like funny Adult Swim. It's more like...
Adult Swim is making serious stuff now?
Well, they've always had kind of serious cartoons here and there spliced in.
I mean, I'm so checked out from that whole world.
Check it out. I think you would like it a lot. Maybe you would. I liked it a lot. I've not finished the second season, but the first season was incredible.
I like the idea of like dialogue-less, like
there's no dialogue, but it conveys so much emotion without dialogue, and I could tell you a bit more about it, but like it's real weird. It's about just like surviving, but it's also about just like forgiveness in a weird way.
Huh. You know what I really wish for the fucking next one? That all these new characters just die immediately. And that it's only... Oh, damn. Why didn't they do more with that surf scene? That looked awesome. Oh, eat a lion. Oh, this is all teasing. I don't remember that lion bit from before. I might have turned this movie off before it finished last time I tried to watch it. Or again, I was probably drunk. God, welcome to Jurassic World.
Well, I guess it makes sense that the old characters come back if that's where this ends, because they're just like living in this shit. What I think the next movie could be cool if instead of like having like a story, they just like explore like little snippets of characters we've met in this universe.
They're not
and
gonna
like
do that though.
Daily Times to show how run down the world is as they deal with like the dinosaurs. Eventually, because people will just realize they're just fucking pests. Like, I mean, they're not pests, but I mean, they would be a pest for us, as in ruin certain fabrics of society.
Yeah.
Though,
I mean,
personal opinion, I actually think that, I mean, military might's pretty strong. I don't like our military, but I think we would just, like, fucking eradicate the bastards real fast.
yeah, I think what was happening in this movie was, or am I just, I think I'm just imagining what someone commented on about these movies, but it was like, what would happen in reality, yeah, is that, like, if not by the second movie, by the third movie, yeah, they would have just, like, firebombed. They'd have just nuked, like, the whole island.
Yeah, I don't think that they would have firebombed. I think you were right with firebomb over nuke, just because the firebombs are just as destructive, if not more destructive than nukes, but with a lot less...
See, the nuke thing, that could raise a new kind of Godzilla-saur.
Less radiation there. Because, like...
Ted Levine, I finally got it.
There it is.
I was right with Ted for 2 hours. I just couldn't get to Levine.
I wonder if Greta... Doesn't matter.
What is this background? I can't even tell. Is it supposed to be embers from the...
Yeah, I think so.
So, the next movie's working title, at least, I believe, is Jurassic World Dominion. So I guess that's in reference to what, these dinosaurs are just loose upon, like, the world now? So they're Dominion? I do wonder... I am curious to see how they reintegrate this the old characters, the Sam Neil's and the Laura Derns and what's nots.
They weren't blockbusters. I think they could actually do way more interesting shit.
Unrelated, Chappelle Show is on Korean Netflix now.
Oh yeah, I saw that actually. Oh, you definitely should watch that Primal Show. It might be on YouTube.
I'll check it out.
It's really good.
I don't know how much more shit I can watch.
Don't watch it.
Okay, folks.
Sorry, you're still recording.
It's fine. It's just commentaries, man. I let these things get sloppy. I'm definitely not going to be editing anything. It is funny that the last 20 minutes of this was us talking about Chapo Trap House. No, it's just funny.
No.
I feel like we added up the last 10 hours of talking. Probably 80% was not about anything we were watching.
I would shit myself if for some reason I got an email from Felix. It's like, COD's on. Like, fuck, I don't know how to play COD. Like,
and then I get an email from one James Carey saying, "Let's do it." What's it all about? All right, folks, we're gonna get Jim Carrey on the next episode, and Jason is gonna fight Felix in fisticuffs and on Video Game Worlds.